Again.
Okay, for the record, during the making of this video, no guns were damaged. Humans, well, that's another matter. We here at Santora's World are strong advocates of the Second Amendment, but we also advocate proper training, and that includes a reading of Newton's third law of motion, better known as conservation of momentum. We're talking about recoil, which is what occurs the nano-split second you pull that trigger, deliberately or by accident. Your body is basically a shock absorber, and if you do not take the proper stance, as well have the proper grip on that gun, you are going to pay for it, especially with a pistol grip shotgun. This numbnut has watched The Terminator one too many times.
So a lot of people be shooting themselves in the face with the pistol grip and hitting from the hip and complain about a sore wrist. But what you're really supposed to do is take the pistol grip, hold it up, not like you're aiming down the sights, but point shooting. Hold your arm out to reduce recoil using your forearm as a shock absorber and pointing it to where your target is. With buckshot or birdshot, you could be spreading, so you'll be able to hit your target a little easier. You know, I'm not a built person, I'm pretty skinny, but yet I can still absorb recoil and not hit myself in the fucking face because I actually know what I'm doing. So if you hold the gun out like this, drive it out, as I'll demonstrate here in a second, you'll be able to aim accurately by point shooting, also absorbing recoil and not fucking yourself up in the process. So as you watch, I'm going to fire now and shoot. It doesn't kick back, hit me in the face, and I'm still hitting my target. So you come back, shoot, and you're still aiming. I can still see where the rounds are impacting, but it's also as I'm going. Yeah.
Now here we have a shotgun with a traditional stock, which is not a matter of Art Deco. It's a matter of form and function. Speaking about form, yours sucked. Again, I cannot stress enough the importance of a proper stance and grip. A lot of people will tell you that if you use a lighter grain bullet, you will have less recoil. That is not always the case. Just take the proper stance and grip, and this shit won't happen. Though I'm kind of wishing that chair wasn't there. Would have been funnier watching him go through the glass. Okay, if you're going to stand and babble about the gun in your hand, you need to take your finger off the trigger.
44 Magnum, you can shoot it single action. The next play trigger pull.
Did you mean to do that?
Yeah.
Remember what I said about proper training? Make sure the instructor you choose comes with good reference. Oh, and by the way, guy, I believe you that you meant to do that. Yeah. A pig's ass.
Know how to put the hammer back down after the hammer's already pulled with the bullet inside the chamber. So I'm going to show you guys.
You really don't need to put a live round in the chamber for this demonstration. He's not listening.
So what you do is when you pull the hammer back, so this gun's totally loaded, you have to push down the hammer before you even pull the trigger. And once you do that, it enables you to... Fuck.
Yes, I agree. You fucked up.
You can know it.
It's gonna hit me back in my forehead.
No, it won't.
Yes, it will.
Hi guys, my name is Mansa and this will be another instructional video from me. Today I'll be talking about rifles and I'll give you some tips for beginners. So let's get started. Okay, I have my noob over here ready to begin, so let's start. First things first, you have to think about your legs. Your legs should be in shoulder width, so like this, and your primary leg should be about half of a step into the back. Next thing is you should be leaning into your rifle and you should be pulling it towards you. Your cheek should be resting firmly on the rifle, and with this hand you should be pulling it towards you. So what we want to show you now is the difference in recoil between the correct and the incorrect stance. So as you can see, when Giga was leaning back, the recoil was really hard on him, and when he was leaning forward, he was compensating the recoil much better than he was before.
Now, if you stand this close to an armed adversary, it is possible to disarm him without pulling out your own gun. Of course, when you're in such a struggle with a gun involved, the chances of that gun accidentally going off are high. Of course, something like that could not possibly happen here, not with a paper target.
I just fucking shot myself!
Yeah, while struggling with a paper target. Really? Wow.
I like that.
This girl gets a B. Her boyfriend gets an F, and this is why.
Oh yeah. Is it all done?
I don't know.
Pull the trigger one more time. Keep going. Alright, there you go. Put on safe and safe!
Oh, sorry.
Fuck!
Sorry, relax. I don't know how to do this.
You didn't tell her about the safety? Or ratchet the chamber to make sure it's empty? Who's the bimbo here? Fuck it.
Now we have the 400 grain platinum tip in the 500 Magnum, and Stephanie is going to give it a shot. All right, cock back that hammer.
And Stephanie is going down. Wait for it.
Here we go. Oh.
What the fuck is this? Decided to shoot a few rounds on your way to the beach? Really, the bikini top kind of negates the camouflage pants.
Squeeze it. Put your tongue back in your mouth.
Yes, at the least put your tongue back in your mouth. You are not the Michael Jordan of the gun world.
Okay, I'll start with the basics. The first thing you have to think about is the proper grip. Your main hand should be as high as possible, and with your left hand you should feel the grip. Your thumb should be pointing in the direction of your target. Okay, when you're shooting your handgun, your grip should be firm, your wrist should be locked, and you have to be careful not to hyperextend your arms. That's important because when you hyperextend your arms, you bring your sights lower, and it's also important because it's better to control recoil with your muscle tension. So okay, the most important thing about pistol marksmanship is proper trigger control. What I see on the range is people doing this, flinching because they're afraid of the weapon, because they are expecting the shot. you should be pressing the trigger with the tip of your finger, not with the whole finger like this. Another part of good trigger control is even and controlled trigger press. So your sights stay on the target all the time. Okay, the same thing also applies to the revolvers. The only thing you have to be careful about is the placement of your left hand. Because of the space between the barrel and the cylinder, here a lot of high pressured gas escape. So you have to be careful not to put your hand under the cylinder or in front of it, because this could seriously injure your hand.
$500 rail.
Why do people insist on doing videos with loaded guns in a confined space? What the fuck? If you do not have a solid stand or table to place your gun, then it's best to carry it with you to the target. I mean, really, is it that much of an effort? Really?
AK-47, 30 round shot move.
Did he say 46?
30 round shot move, ready to go straight up your bitch ass. Put the shit right here, dog. Come on, come on. You ain't even speak the game, you ain't know what the fuck you doing, and shut your motherfucking ass up.
When you're shooting your rifle, I recommend you that you always hold your rifle with your primary hand and do manipulations with your secondary hand. Giga will show you the wrong way first. And now he will show you the right way. So as you can see, holding your rifle with your primary hand allows you to have complete control over your rifle the whole time. Another thing I suggest is, if your rifle is very long or if it's very heavy, you can bring it into your workspace. You can put it under your shoulder, put it on your tummy, or turn it so you can see what you're doing. This allows you better manipulation and working with your rifle. These were a couple of tips for beginners for shooting a rifle, and if you'd like to hear any more tips from us, please let us know in the comments and we'll try to make it happen. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks for stopping by and for tuning in. And until we talk again, I want you all to be well and enjoy life.